The Philippines is suddenly becoming one of the most important countries in all of Asia. And it's not even close to being the largest country in the region. It doesn't have any oil or natural resources that everyone is fighting for. And its economy wasn't even close to being the biggest in Asia before the pandemic struck. So why is this tiny island nation suddenly getting so much attention from all these major powers? We are going to break down exactly why the Philippines is suddenly becoming Asia's most important country right now. Now, if you're new here, we try to make the complex world of global politics easy to understand. So if you want to better understand global politics, make sure to subscribe. Anyway, let's jump into it. All right, so the Philippines are an archipelago comprised of over 7,000 islands located in Southeast Asia. Its proximity to China, the US, Taiwan, and other major powers in the region has made it a very strategic location. In fact, when the Spanish were looking for new lands to conquer, they actually landed in the Philippines first before eventually heading over to the Americas. But that was a long time ago, and since then, the Philippines have been a pretty quiet and uneventful place until recently. But let's talk about why it's suddenly becoming such an important country nowadays. One of the biggest reasons why the Philippines is suddenly getting so much attention from foreign powers is because of its geopolitical significance. The Philippines is located in a very strategic part of the world, right in between two of the world's most powerful countries, China and the United States. Now, historically, the U.S. has had a strong presence in the Philippines, as it used to be a U.S. territory after they took it from the Dutch. Now, although they are no longer a territory, the U.S. still maintains several military bases in the country, which allows them to project power throughout the entire region. Recently, though, the U.S. has been trying to reassert its influence over the Philippines and has been signing new military agreements with them that will allow them to store more military equipment there and also increase the number of troops that they can have in the country at any given time. This is obviously done as a way to counter China's growing influence in the region. Now, China has responded by offering to build more infrastructure projects in the Philippines, but this offer is widely seen as an attempt to bribe the Filipinos into choosing China over the U.S., which many Filipinos see as a betrayal of their sovereignty. Another reason why the Philippines is becoming such an important country is because of its natural beauty and large population. The Philippines is home to some of the most beautiful beaches and islands in the world, which makes it a very attractive destination for tourists. Before the pandemic hit, the Philippines was seeing record numbers of tourists every year, and this was bringing in a lot of money into the country and helping to boost the economy. Now, beyond just its natural beauty, the Philippines is also home to a very large population of people. In fact, as of 2023, the Philippines is projected to overtake Indonesia as the most populous country in Southeast Asia. Now, this large population means that there is a lot of potential customers for businesses, which is why many companies are setting up shop in the Philippines. This influx of foreign businesses is helping to create jobs for Filipinos and also helping to grow the economy. However, while the Philippines has a large population, they have a unique issue. Unlike other countries like India or Nigeria, where there is a significant difference in age between the oldest and youngest members of society, in the Philippines, they have what's known as a youth bulge. A youth bulge happens when a large portion of a country's population falls within the working age range, typically between 15 and 64 years old. This can be beneficial for countries, as it means that they have a large and young workforce that can help to drive economic growth. However, it can also pose challenges as there may not be enough jobs or resources to go around for everyone. And that is exactly what's happening in the Philippines right now. The Philippines has a large and young population, but their economy isn't big enough to support all of them, which is leading to high levels of unemployment and poverty. This is making it harder for the youth to find decent jobs and also making it harder for them to get access to basic services like healthcare and education. Now, this is a big problem for the Philippines as it could lead to social unrest or even worse, conflict. The Philippines already has a history of coups and uprisings, and it's possible that this could happen again if the youth feel like they have no other options. This is why it's so important for the Philippines to be able to find ways to create more jobs and opportunities for its young people. If they are able to do this, then they could avoid social unrest and also become a more attractive destination for foreign investment. Now let's move on to the next reason. Another reason why the Philippines is becoming such an important country is because of its strategic location in terms of trade. The Philippines is located along what's known as the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean where most of the world's earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. Now, while this can be dangerous, it also makes the Philippines a very strategic location for trade. This is because the Philippines is located near major shipping routes, and this means that they can import and export goods relatively easily. This has made the Philippines a hub for international trade, and this has helped to grow the economy and also make it more resilient to economic shocks. Now, another reason why the Philippines is suddenly becoming such an important country is because of its vast natural resources. The Philippines is home to a variety of natural resources, including gold, silver, copper, iron ore, and coal. In recent years, the government has been trying to attract foreign investment in order to develop these resources. Now, while the Philippines does have a lot of natural resources, it's important to note that it's not as much as some of its neighbors. For example, Indonesia has the world's largest nickel reserves and is a major producer of coal, tin, and bauxite. Similarly, Malaysia is a major producer of petroleum and natural gas. Now, despite this, the Philippines still has a lot of potential when it comes to mining, and the government is actively trying to promote the industry in order to take advantage of the rising demand for natural resources around the world. Finally, the last reason why the Philippines is suddenly becoming such an important country is because of its growing middle class. The Philippines has a large and growing middle class, and this makes it an attractive destination for foreign investment. As mentioned earlier, the Philippines has a large population and a big youth bulge. And as the economy has grown, more and more people have been lifted out of poverty and into the middle class. This has created a large market for goods and services, and this has attracted the attention of foreign businesses. In recent years, the Philippines has seen an influx of foreign investment, and this has helped to drive economic growth. Now it's important to note that the Philippines is not without its challenges. It has a history of corruption, and this has made it difficult to attract foreign investment. Additionally, the Philippines is prone to natural disasters, which can damage infrastructure and disrupt economic activity. Despite these challenges, the Philippines remains an attractive destination for foreign investment due to its strategic location, natural resources, and growing middle class. So overall, the Philippines is suddenly becoming one of the most important countries in Asia due to its strategic location, natural beauty, and large population, vast natural resources, and growing middle class. While the Philippines faces challenges such as corruption and natural disasters, its potential for economic growth and development remains high. And that's why so many foreign powers are competing for influence there right now. Now we have a quick announcement. We just launched our new site, which is our website. We would love it if you checked it out. You'll find articles on there covering all things global politics and current events. So if you want to better understand global politics, check it out. All right, now it's time to hear from you. Why do you think the Philippines is suddenly becoming such an important country in Asia? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you want to better understand global politics, make sure to subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.